Welcome to the dental profession. My name is Albert Geigel and I'm the principal of MW Partners, Specialist Dental Accountants. Our office is conveniently located on the same floor as the Australian Dental Association Victoria branch, and we also have an office in Queensland. We look after dentists right around the country and we attend to everything from income tax returns to GST, business activity statements, benchmarking for dental practices, buying and selling practices, in fact everything that you could want from a tax or financial aspect that relates to dentists. We're very happy to sponsor this event today and we are looking forward to providing you with some information that will help you with your employment, whether you're engaged as an employee or a contractor. When you work as a dentist, you may be an employee. So as an employee in the public system, all of your tax worries are certainly taken care of. Tax is withheld from your pay. Superannuation is also paid on your behalf at 9.5%. Workers' compensation insurance is also in there. You've got leave entitlements, and particularly if you're in the public health system, there's salary packaging that can be available to you. If you are in the public system, then please talk to the payroll company that's looking after your wage and ask about salary packaging, because there are benefits for those in the system where there is a limit that you can get effectively tax-free money and have some of your salary packaged. If you're in the private system, then basically as an employee, all of the above is also true. You'll have tax withheld, you'll have superannuation, you'll have workers' compensation insurance. The bit that may not be there is leave entitlements, because it's very difficult to calculate when you're on a 40% type commission payment as to how much you would earn if you're actually on leave. So sometimes the leave entitlement bit is not actually in the contract. However, you are being paid for the work that you do, and you don't get that salary packaging bit. It's important also that, particularly in a private system, that you get some type of employment agreement or even a letter of understanding so you know exactly what you're being paid for and what your expectations are. This is both from the employer's point of view and also from you as an employee, so that you know exactly what you're getting into. Also, as a contractor, you will need an ABN number. Okay, so if you're going to be doing contracting work and you're not going to be an employee, you need to have an ABN and you need to make sure that you get it right. So GST is not necessarily included when you get your ABN. That's merely an ABN number for a business. You may not necessarily need to register if you believe the income that you will generate is below $75,000. If it's going to be over $75,000, then you must also have your ABN registered for GST. Technically, you're doing work for them, and when you seek payment as a contractor, you should be providing them with a tax invoice. So that tax invoice should clearly disclose whether GST gets added to your 40% or whether it's a GST-free invoice. Also, as a contractor, you really should have some type of agreement in place, because there are different methods of being paid that 40% in your contractor. So you need to know whether you're on a 40% method or what we call a gross method. Under a gross method, it means the patient fees that you generate are 100% given to you or paid to you, and then you pay a 60% service fee back to the surgery. This can create a whole lot of confusion because you still end up with a net 40%, but the transaction's actually been flipped around. Under the gross method, The dental surgery provides you with an invoice and says, we're charging you 60% because we're providing a dental nurse, we're providing all the equipment, we're doing all of that. The money that ends up in your pocket is the same, but you need to know which method you're being paid because, and you'll remember this, if you're under the net method, you'll end up having to pay GST to the tax office at the end of the day when you do put your business activity statement in. If you're on the gross method, because you've been charged 60% with GST, you're actually going to get a GST refund. Really important to get money back if you're entitled to it. So important to get advice on that. The other bit that always comes up as a contractor is, should I be a company or a trust? All of those type of things. Let me make it really clear. There is no benefit as a contracting dentist to operate through a company or a trust. So as long as you understand that, then you're going to be fine. Again, always get professional advice. The other bit is that a comparison just between being a contractor and being an employee, there is absolutely no difference in the tax deduction that an employee can claim to what a contracting dentist. Same tax deductions. If you can get it as a contractor, you can get it as an employee. So don't be swayed one way or the other that there are some special benefits that you can get as a contractor. It's not true. Same tax deductions for both. The other bit that's important if you're contracting, particularly if you're doing that as you start out, no tax is withheld from your payments. So you're going to end up with a tax bill at the end of the year, and you really need to be putting some money aside for that tax. We usually suggest if you put around about 30% aside, you should be fine when it comes to tax time, I should say. As an employee, no problems because the tax is taken out. So in summary, the important things as you're going out into the workforce, or if you've been there for a period of time, is firstly, make sure that you have something in writing that explains your relationship. So whether you're an employee or a contractor, it should be a proper agreement, but if it's not, even just a letter that identifies this is what we're doing, we consider you to be a contractor or an employee, these are what we're doing. If you're in the public system, make sure you ask about the salary packaging, because in my words, that's tax-free money and you should go and ask about it. If you are contracting, make sure you put some of that money aside for tax so that you don't have a big headache at the end of the tax year. And also remember that there is no difference in the tax deductions that can be claimed by an employee compared to a contractor. Lastly, always get professional and specialist advice regarding ABN, GST issues, as well as any tax issues that you have. I hope you found that informative and that will help you in your future career as a dentist. Just remember that as a new graduate dentist, we're offering a free first tax return for any of you in your first year. We're always available for a free consultation if that's what you would prefer, and we can certainly help you with ABN GST registrations if that's something that's causing a concern. Thank you.